Hi everyone. In this video, we'll look at how Flowise uh, can load multiple internal documents or multiple internal sources in terms of documents, URLs, etc. So, if you're not aware of Flowise, Flowise is basically an open source platform for question answering bot building. So, just to give you an overview, it provides you with options like you see here. You could select agents from this list. You can select type of chain you want to use based on your requirement, again from this list. So these are all the different cards available for you to choose and then drag and drop and then connect to the appropriate cards, uh, you know uh, to the chosen card. Okay, so you have a lot of chat models available, document loader, different formats are available like API loader, web scraper, which you will see in just a bit, CSV file load, or if file is in docx format, docx file load, PDF file load, and so on and so forth. Okay. Similarly, in terms of embeddings, it has obviously OpenAI embeddings card plus other embeddings available in the market. And then LLMs, you have OpenAI LLM, large language model, and you know Azure is there, Google Vertex AI is there, and so on and so forth. Similarly, you have store retrievers as well, prompts and store retrievers. And for text splitting, which is required for you to basically create the chunks, uh, you have different splitters available as well. So if you are reading from a web page, you can use HTML to markdown text splitter. Or if you are reading from a document, you can use recursive character text splitter. Okay. And then you have other tools as well, which you see in the front of your screen. And similarly, vector scores. So you have FAI store option, Chroma upsert option. You have Pinecone upsert option, which we have used in our use case. I'll be demoing now, and some other stores available in the market. So basically, you can download it in your local, or download it on the server. You can host it on a server, and then based on your use case, select the different cards available to you, and from those cards, connect them appropriately. Okay. So in our use case, what we will be doing is we'll be loading two documents, one in docx format, another in PDF format, and connecting them to the appropriate text splitter, and then uh, inserting them or upserting them on a Pinecone vector store. So, we will create one index on Pinecone and then connect these documents or document loaders to this index. And then using the vector store retriever card, we will retrieve the data from these vector stores. And then the store retriever gets ultimately connected to a chain, which is multi-retrieval QA chain. Now, multi-retriever QA chain is a QA chain that automatically picks an appropriate vector store from multiple retrievers. Since we have multiple retrievers here, we'll be using this chain because based on the question asked, it automatically picks up the chunk from which it should answer. Okay. And ultimately, the language model, we have to connect to the QA chain, which is nothing but chat OpenAI language model we'll be using, the LLM. Okay, so let's quickly look at the first part of it, where we have uploaded a PDF file. So the PDF file we have uploaded is a customer support document for a store known as Petmates. Okay, we have connected a recursive text splitter with chunk size 200, chunk overlap 20, and then this document gets connected to the Pinecone upsert card. Okay, very straightforward. Embedding is OpenAI embedding we are using everywhere. So once you select OpenAI embedding card, just try to duplicate it 3 times for the 3 different sources. Okay, and then here what we are doing is we have to connect the Pinecone uh, index. So when you go to Pinecone and create an index with the correct dimension, which is 1536 in our case, you would get the Pinecone API key and the environment, okay, which you need to configure here in the connect credential card. So you could name it whatever you want. We have named it customer support, API key is inserted, and the environment is inserted. Okay. And then we duplicate this Pinecone upsert document 3 times. You can give the Pinecone index name which you have given on the Pinecone portal, which is accountancy here, and then I duplicated it 3 times to be used for the 3 sources. 2 times, duplicate 2 times for you to use it in the other 2 places. Okay, so we are going to use the same index for all the 3 sources. And then finally, you connect the upsert document to a store retriever, which would basically, and by the way, the option which you have to select is Pinecone vector store, because it's a vector store. We are upserting the document into. Okay. You can name the retriever based on the document you have uploaded, which is, I'm talking about this document here. And then a brief about what that document is all about. And then ultimately the vector store retriever gets connected to the vector store retriever uh, node there on the multi retriever QA chain with the language model chat OpenAI selected. And obviously you have to give the connect credential of the chat OpenAI. Basically the API key you are using for connecting with OpenAI, which I think you can get that from platform.openai.com under the API keys section. And obviously model we are using here is 3.5 turbo, and temperature we are keeping 0.1. Okay. So this is how we set up the PDF file related document loader. If we come to the docx document loader, nothing much changes. Same recursive character text splitter with 200 chunk size 20 overlap, because it is a prototype, so we don't want to use too much of tokens here. Okay, and then we connect it to the same Pinecone upsert document with the same credentials given, and the embedding is OpenAI embedding with the correct key selected, and then we have another vector store linked to the upsert document card with the correct retriever name based on the document you have uploaded, which is sales rep training document here. Okay, so there is a company known as Smith Solar. They have created a sales representative training document, which is what we are using in this particular example. Okay, the first one was a customer support document for a store known as Petmates. Again, they have created a customer support handbook. Okay, something like this. And then we give a description about the retriever. And finally, we connect the store retriever node to the store retriever node of multi retriever QA chain. Okay. Finally, coming to the web scraper. So the URL we are going to scrap is the events page of topuniversities.com. Okay, events India page. So this URL I'm taking and putting under Cheerio web scraper. So this is the card I'm using for web scraping. And the text splitter we are using here is HTML to markdown text splitter. So all these different cards you can drag and drop from this list I was talking about initially at the start of the video. Okay. So based on the different heads, you can select these cards and connect them appropriately. And similarly, the document gets connected to the document node of Pinecone Upsert card. Okay. Other things remain the same. And finally, the vector store retriever gets connected to the Pinecone Upsert document and then to the multi retriever QA chain. Okay. So, well, the idea is the chatbot should answer questions from any of the three sources. Okay, that is what we are going to check here. So let's quickly check that out. So we'll be asking one question from each of the references we provided. One is the solar monitoring system in Smith Solar. Okay, the sales rep training document. This should come from the sales rep training document. Let's see what answer it gives to us. Okay, so solar monitoring system. Yeah, this is what it is. So I think it is giving from this document only. Then let's ask one question about the PetMates support reference. So let's see what answer it comes up with. Okay, so this is what it is giving to us. How can I update my account information? So log into PetMates account and go to account settings. Okay, so it is absolutely getting it from the reference, the PDF reference which you provided. And let's ask a third question about the URL content scraping. Okay, so this URL or link I provided is Top University's events page. Top University's events India page. Okay, this is what we provided in the web scraper. Somehow it is not answering now, but yeah, one other time it answered. So I'm not too sure about the accuracy of the responses and the way it is able to understand the query. That is something which I think we may still need to a bit dig a bit deeper as well, I would say. So I don't think it is a production ready prototype right now. So there may be some modifications in terms of settings we may need to do with respect to the queries it is trying to pick up. Okay. But yeah, while doing the research, I found out that this is one way in which we can have Flowise read through from multiple internal sources we provide, and with the help of, let's say, a Pinecone vector store. Okay. So yeah, that's what I wanted to take in this particular video. And by the way, Pinecone vector store, we basically created an index here initially, which is a very easy thing to do, with a dimension 1536 and S1 type. You can read about the different pod types available in Pinecone. And once you do that, we just need to create it. It's a 1 minute thing, and then it would give you the configuration details which you need to put into the upsert connect credential option. And then once you connect these different scrapers or loaders to the absurd document card, what it would do is it would basically the chunks which it created with the help of text splitter, uh, uh, along with the embeddings, the mathematical vectors, it would store into the vector store, into the Pinecone vector store. Okay. So yeah, this is what I wanted to take in this video. Hope it was informative, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.